ki bajayo Jaya Gaura Chande Aarti Kosho ki bajayo Jaya Gaura Chande Aarti Kosho ki bajayo
Gaura
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai.
Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai.
Gaura Nitai, Jaya Jaya Gaura Nitai.
Jaya Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Jaya Gaura Nitai.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, Paramahamsa, Vraja-premika, Krshna-seva, His Divine Grace, Savaicha, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Jagadguru, Srila Prabhupada, Maharaja ki Jai. Jai Nikhila Om Vishnupada, Paramahamsa, Vraja-premika, Krshna-seva, His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami, Prabhupada, Maharaja ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava-vrinda ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्री मुकुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री नवदीप की धाम की जय। यमुना माई गंगा की जय। भक्ति देवी श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की जय। संकीर्तन की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। समर्पित भक्तवृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंद। All glories to the Son of God. All glories to the Son of God. All glories to the Son of God. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada.
Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai. Shiva Prabhupada ki Jai.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to our Open Doors Sunday Feast program. So nice to see new faces here. Yeah. Would you mind me asking who is coming for the first time here? So we could, yeah, nice. Wow, a lot of people. How did you find out about the program? You met some devotees on the streets, or?
We've been coming here for a little
Oh,
bit,
right.
but just not for the Sunday.
Oh,
feast.
okay, not for the Sunday feast. And the others, the rest, internet, or how did you find out?
Oh, I'm at Wu in downtown.
Okay.
Before I forgot his name, I met him in the Mosh.
Alex?
I've been going to Toronto, ISKCON for a long
Oh,
time.
okay.
I've been to Vrindavan a couple of times.
Wow.
Just reconnected.
Nice. Thank you for coming. Yeah. We have some gifts for the new people. Yeah, they are coming with some books and sweets. Thank you for joining us. Yes, so we just had a worshiping ceremony for our beloved Shishi Gorintai Ki Jai. And yeah, the next in the program we will have class based on Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. And after that we will have Kirtan, and after that will be dinner, prasadam. And after that we will go for Harinam on the streets of Ottawa to chant the holy names. So last time we started it, first time of the year, it was really nice. It is nice outside, and we had like 30 people last time on our chanting party. So whoever would like to join us after dinner, it's not the end. We will go chanting on the streets. Join us if you can. And yes, so today's speaker is His Grace Vrindavan Prabhu. His Grace Vrindavan Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Navagendra Swami, and yeah, he's very active in our community with his wife, and yeah, recently he started Bhakti Riksha program at his home, which is pretty successful. I saw some posts on Facebook, like at least 25, 30 people chanting together, having class and having Aarati and reading and sharing, revealing the heart. So thank you for doing that very, very important service. So yes, without further ado, let's welcome His Grace Vrindavan Prabhu, and if I can ask everyone to move a little bit forward. Oh, Hare Krishna, I'm sorry, I forgot something. To welcome our online guests, even though we don't have much these days, but still, let's read names of the devotees joining online. Mataji Anandabai, Hare Krishna, welcome. Mataji Lomasini, thank you for coming. Paramhamsa Prabhu. Oh, you're here from Paramhamsa Prabhu as well.
Wife.
Oh yeah, it's his wife. Roy Prabhu, thank you for joining. Mataji Shiva, Hare Krishna. And also, we have Hridoy Chaitanya Prabhu today with us. Thank you for coming. And the devotee from Quebec, thank you for joining us. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak. I would like to welcome Prabhuji and Mataji. I see after a long time they are from Montreal, they're coming. They are very senior disciples. Just want to welcome you and thank you very much for giving your association. So today's program we'll be having a Jaya Radha Madhava. Then we'll be having a small little lecture on love and attachment today. And we will be reading the verse 2.62. As a humble servant, I don't have any qualification to be here, but still, just to purify myself and help you give a little bit of knowledge which I have gained from Prabhupada's lectures and my Guru Maharaj. I will try to repeat their words, nothing from my side. Please bless me, I will not make any mistakes and speak correctly. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
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 Jaya Radha Madhava Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrevate Bhakte Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Samastadesha. We're reading verse 262 today from Bhagavad Gita. If you want to refer, you can always look into your phones at vedabase.io. Chapter 2, verse 62. I'll read the verse and then translation and then purport. Dhyayato visyam pumsa sangastasu pasyate sangat sanjayate kama kama karodha vijayate. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. While contemplating the object of the senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachments, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises. I repeat once again, purport by the translation by Srila Prabhupada. It's a beautiful verse to meditate on. While contemplating the object of the senses.
While contemplating the object of the senses.
Yes. A person develops attachment for them. And from such attachment, lust develops. And from lust, anger arises. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. All Prabhupada. One who is not Krishna conscious is subjected to material desires while contemplating the object of the senses. The senses require real engagement, and if they are not engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, they will certainly seek engagement in the service of materialism. In the material world, everyone, including Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, to say nothing of other demigods in the heavenly planets, is subjected to the influence of sense objects. And the only method to get out of this puzzle of material existence is to become Krishna conscious. Lord Shiva was deep in meditation, but when Parvati agitated him for sense pleasure, he agreed to the proposal, and as a result, Kartikeya was born. When Haridas Thakur was a young devotee of the Lord, he was similarly allured by the incarnation of the Maya Devi. But Haridas easily passed the test because of his unalloyed devotion to Lord Krishna. As illustrated in the above mentioned verse of Sri Yamunacharya, a sincere devotee of the Lord shuns all material sense enjoyment due to his higher taste for spiritual enjoyment in the association of the Lord. That is the secret of the success. One who is not, therefore, in Krishna conscious, however powerful he may be in the controlling the senses by artificial repression, is sure ultimately to fail. For the slightest thought of sense pleasure will agitate him to gratify his desires. I will once again read the translation to go more deep into what Prabhupada is trying to convey to us. While contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises. So Prabhupada is trying to convey us the thought about attachment, how the anger arises in us because of our attachments. As a humans, we cannot eliminate the attachments. We cannot get rid of desires. It's always there within us. But the question is how we can purify our desires. There's a beautiful example in this purport where Prabhupada has given about Haridas Thakur and Lord Shiva. Mother Parvati agitated Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva loses control over his senses, but he was in trance of meditation. However, on the other side, Prabhupada giving us example of Haridas Thakur, the unalloyed devotee of the Lord. So he was chanting the holy name of the Lord every day, 200,000 times the holy name of the Lord Hari. So some of the people in this village was envious of Haridas Thakur. So they sent a prostitute to disturb his meditation and defame him. So the prostitute, in a very beautiful form and dressed nicely, came to Haridas Thakur at night and allured him. Haridas Thakur replied, I haven't completed my chanting today, so wait for some time, I will satisfy you. Wait for some time, let me chant my rounds today. So it was 4 a.m. and he didn't finish his rounds. He just used to sleep only 2 hours a day. He chants 22 hours. After getting tired, the prostitute went away. And Haridas Thakur said, I'm sorry, I cannot satisfy you today, please come tomorrow. I'll satisfy you, please come tomorrow. As a humble servant, he let her go. Next day, she came again. Haridas Thakur was testing her. Because in any association of devotee, the person can be transformed. So Haridas Thakur was not anxious or angry. So next day, second day, he was also chanting the rounds. He gave the same argument. Let me chant my rounds. I'm still behind my rounds today. Once I finish my rounds early, I will satisfy you. However, again, it was 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. It was too late. Haridas Thakur said, no worries, you come tomorrow. I'll satisfy you. Same words. And slowly, there was transformation in the heart of the prostitute. Next day, she came again. This is a story we are narrating from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So the third day, she came again and asked the prostitute. Prostitute asked Haridas, if you satisfy me today? He said, yes, I will definitely complete my rounds today early. And I will help you to satisfy. Middle of the night, the prostitute's senses were awakened. She fell at the lotus feet of Haridas just by the association of some time. Said, I am so fallen that you are a pure devotee. I have come to agitate your senses but my eyes are awakened. I was wrong. Please, instruct me. What should I do? Haridas Thakur, at the very first moment, I would have left the place. But he was so merciful on the others that he stays there and chanted and gave his association for some time. Prostitute have lot of wealth. So Haridas Thakur instructed, use all this wealth to serve the devotees. When you exhaust your wealth, come here. The prostitute went, sold all his ornaments, gold, and serve and distribute in the saintly people. And come back, shave his head at the same place. She started chanting the holy name, and Haridas Thakur left from that place. We have a very beautiful picture in the Montreal temple of this Leela. So it's an instruction that no matter what we are trying to achieve in terms of different meditation, yoga postures, yoga asanas, but the purpose is to control our senses. And the controlling our senses is not shunyavad, just eliminating everything. It's about how we can engage our senses in the service of the Lord. We have so much attachment to the lotus feet of the Lord that all other pleasures seems insignificant. There are so many saintly people which has been described in Vedic literatures, Mahabharata. There was great saintly people, they have done austerities for so long, but somehow they was unsucceeded. That's why when Vyasadeva wrote all the Vedic literature, he was unsatisfied because he wrote all the Vedic literatures, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. 4 things: Dharma, the duty; Artha, economic development; Kama, enjoyment; Moksha, liberation. On these 4 elements, but not on the glorification of the Lord. But when he was not happy, his guru Narad Muni came there and asked Vyasadeva, what's going on? Why you're not happy? He said, I have done so many literary work. I have wrote Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, but I'm not happy with my work. So Narad Muni instructed, write the glories of the Lord, sing the glories of the Lord. So the last Purana, 18th, is Bhagavatam, the ripened fruit of all the Vedic literature. Vyasadeva's son, Sukadeva Goswami, was also liberated soul from the very birth. But he was not on the path of devotional service from the very beginning. He left the house. But after some time, he realized the path of devotional service. And then Vyasadeva instructed Sukadeva Goswami about the glories of the Lord. He gets so enlightened that when Parikshit Maharaj was about to die in 7 days, the seat was given to Sukadeva Goswami, not even Vyasadeva, to speak the glories of the Lord. We are always seeking for the pleasure from something. No matter what, we are always seeking the pleasure. The moment there is a disruption in the pleasure, we feel unhappy. Because everything ends up in dissatisfaction. Because nothing is permanent. Everything belongs to us impermanent, and we are impermanent beings. This material body is not permanent. Who we are, we need to understand we are the soul. Once we understand we are not this body, we are soul, we can transcend ourselves. Our consciousness, our attitude and perspective towards life changes. parents have a small child, they have attachment towards small child. They always run behind. Slowly and slowly, child grows up. And at a certain point, he leaves his parents. Says, I'm independent, I want to live my own life. The attachment we have from the very beginning leads to the suffering. So, similar way, whatever we are trying to achieve, whatever we are trying to get in our life, is leading to us the suffering. I used to ask myself a question: what is success? Everyone is have their own definition of success and running towards something. But I was reading Srimad Bhagavatam, and answer was given by one of the purports of Srila Prabhupada. The success of life is when we become Krishna conscious. What does it mean by Krishna conscious? When all our actions is devoted towards Krishna. Whether we eat, whether we do any other activity in our day-to-day life, the center is Krishna. When Krishna becomes center of our life, everything will transform. Our consciousness will transform. The frustration will go away from life. The attitude of being in a control will transform into attitude of service and acceptance, whatever it is. Because the root of the anger, as in purport is saying, the attachment, we are expecting the results because of our attachment. If we don't have the attachment and the expectation from anything, there is no suffering, there is no anger. When we have developed the consciousness slowly and slowly with the devotional service, that we are part and parcel of Krishna, and we are here to develop the love. Forgotten love. Love is already there. The connection, the relationship between father and a son is always there. We are just forgotten because of connection with the Maya, the material world. All our devotional service, chanting, anything we do is to awaken the connection with the Lord. So by the process of devotional service, we can try to achieve that consciousness where we feel content. We are always running for something because there is no contentment inside. You can sometimes feel the contentment within, and you sometimes ask yourself, I am feeling so good today, but I don't know why. That feeling can only be achieved in the service of the Lord. Unalloyed devotional service, where there is no self-motive. Because wherever there is self-motive, we are seeking, we have some attachments, some desires, the expectations, it will lead us to suffering. You take the example of Dashrath Maharaj. Dashrath Maharaj was so much attached to Lord Rama. It's a relationship of father and son. So much attachment is there that the moment Rama left Ayodhya, went to exile, Dashrath Maharaj left his body. Similar way, we can see the same thing happening in material world also. But we need to understand that the one supreme Lord, one supreme Father is Lord Krishna. And our purpose should be very clear. And Prabhupada used to say to one of his senior disciples, he asked, what should I do? Prabhupada beautifully said, just give this lifetime to Krishna. Just one lifetime to Krishna. So that you don't have to come back in this material world to suffer again. So our duty, our purpose is very clear. We don't have to take rebirth again, because this is Kuntloka. Lord's planet is Vaikunt, where there is no anxiety. This earth is called Kuntloka. Kuntloka means the place of anxiety. We always making our plans, always creating one plan, then second, then third, and always be in anxiety. But when we leave and say, Krishna, I'm yours, now you take care of me. I'm not in control, you are in control. Whatever you say, I will dance. When this attitude comes, all the sufferings, all the agony in your heart will resolve. Because of our past karma, in this today's lifetime, we are given happiness and distress. But by devotional service, we are not creating the reaction of the karma, because that is unalloyed. That is, there is no self-motive in that. When there is no self-motive, there is no resultant. In this way, we can completely surrender. I remember one story of Shabri. I might have repeating this story. But it's a beautiful example from Ramayana, the devotional service of Shabri. In the very early age, his Gurudev told Shabri that Lord Rama will come to give you darshan. But he didn't told her that when Lord Rama will come. So every day, he was in a mindset that today Lord Rama will come. He prepared his garden, his pathway, he cleans that if Lord Rama will come, the pathway should be very clean. He goes and picks the fruits from the garden, that he will come, I will serve him these fruits. So all day, every day, everything he does is in the thought of Krishna. Krishna is coming, Lord Rama is coming today, and I will serve him. With this attitude. There was not even a single moment in her lifetime that he didn't thought about Lord Rama. Because you are always meditating. She was very, very old and she was living in a jungle. There was a lot of sannyasis, Rishi-munis was meditating. But Lord Rama first came to her to give her the darshan. Not to any other saintly person who was doing austerity for so many lifetimes. Because Lord satisfied by our devotional service, by the love. On the other hand, Sudama was a friend of Lord Krishna. They have so much strong connection and the bond. And Sudama knows the position of the Lord because of his surrender and love. Just because of his love towards Lord Krishna, when he went to Dwarka, he pleaded to the gatekeepers that I am Krishna's friend. Please ask him to come. Please tell him that I came here. First they ignored Sudama because he was not dressed properly. But the moment Krishna heard Sudama is here, he was eating prasad. The moment Krishna heard, without even caring about anything, without even wearing his sandals, he just ran to receive Sudama. That is a loving relationship between devotee and the Lord. Once we surrender and have a complete affection toward the Lord, Lord reciprocates. Not only that, Lord Krishna by himself washed the feet of Sudama. Can you imagine this? That is a love between Lord and the devotees. And Lord Krishna was crying while receiving Sudama. The level of connection, the level of love, and the devotional service Lord Sudama has for Lord Krishna, that he personally came to receive and washed his feet. So our duty is, we all have attachments in this material world. We need to keep it, but transform those attachments towards the Lord by the devotional service. Because if we don't make an effort, we will suffer more and more, and we have to take a birth again. The root, the fundamental of is to start to ask yourself, who am I? It's easy to say and easy to give the answer, who am I? But it's very difficult to realize who am I. It's a constant meditation that I am the spirit soul and the son of the Lord. And my duty in this lifetime is to serve the Lord. When this thought becomes rigid and you become determined that my only duty is to serve the Lord, my only duty to be in the association of devotees and purify myself so that I can get out of this material world to avoid the suffering. With this meditation, we can live the life happily in this material world by doing the service to the Lord and going back to God. And the topic, discussion, love and attachment, I want to rephrase again. We always think that I love my wife, I love my father, we have a loving relationship with our family members. However, that is not permanent. We need to ask ourselves, that is not permanent. Prabhupada was giving a very good illustration in one of his lectures. He says, one person having a loving relationship with girl. Because of some reason, if she passes away, she left the body is still there, but there is no loving relationship. There is no attachment. So, the real essence is the soul in this body. The real loving relationship with this is with the Lord. So in this way, we can engage our senses to serve the Lord, to awaken that love within us. What time do I have to speak? 4. Just trying to catch up with the time because time goes very fast. So Prabhupada has gave us all the method to completely engage in the service of the Lord. It is our realization how we come and serve the Lord. Because somehow, if you see a journey of a devotee, when the problems comes in our life, when we think, I'm not in control, when we lose the control, we feel helpless. And we come to Krishna and ask, please help me. I am your servant. Please help me, I am not in control. That is a real blessing of Krishna, because Krishna will only bless you when you feel exhausted from this material world. When we feel completely exhausted, then we come to Krishna. If we are trying to seek pleasure from this material world, we will not able to get Krishna. And when we get exhausted, Krishna will give you his mercy and he will hold your hand. Once he holds your hand, he will give you faith, determination. The faith is very important. Because if we don't have the faith, one day will come, next day will not come. Because faith in the devotional service is very important. We are missing one element, which is faith. And faith will come from two things. One is association of devotees, because faith comes from faith. If one is convinced completely about the devotional service and Krishna consciousness, just by the character, just how the person is leading the life, other person will be convinced and impressed. The first is association of the devotees. Sadhu sang, sarva shastre. Right? So, only by the association of the devotees, the faith will come. And after, by the mercy of the Lord, because life is not the straight line, it goes in a zigzag pattern. And when lows comes in our life, Krishna will pull us towards Himself. Then He will show you the real mercy, because we go and surrender at His lotus feet. So we need to know where to go when we feel defeated from this material world, who we are trying to conquer over. Because whatever you're trying to achieve, we are not able to take away with us anything. If you look at the cycle of human, we take birth, we grow, we stay for a certain time, we have offsprings, we start declining, our health start declining, and we pass away. This is the life cycle of all the living entities. But the intelligent person asks, what is the difference between animal and human being? We have given the highest level of intelligence. We have given the highest level of intelligence. We are doing the same thing. Eating, sleeping, mating and defending. All the animals and humans doing the same thing. We go to a school, take a good education, get married, doing the same thing. Education we are taking to have a good living, eating, sleeping. The fundamental of all the living beings are same. But we have given the highest level of intellect for a reason. To ask a question, who am I? What is my purpose of this life? And where I'm going to go? Once we answer these three fundamental questions, that what is my real purpose of this life? And we seek the acharyas, not random people. We need to seek the people who are self-realized. Once we take the answer from them, meditate on them, and have their association, and ask this question in a humble state of mind, not to fight, but to inquire in a humble state. In this way, the knowledge will awaken within us that who am I? I'm not this body, I'm this spirit soul. And what is my relationship? My relationship with Krishna as a father. And I'm here to awaken the loving relationship with the Lord. A lot of time the people ask the question that if this is a reason, then why we are here? Why we come in this material world? We come in this material world because we want to enjoy the material world without the association of the Lord. And Lord give us a complete independence. A minute independence that if you want to enjoy, let it be your wish. But it's our responsibility and duty to really awaken the love within us. And that is the supreme duty of human form of life. I will stop. Sorry. I will stop and ask for any reflections, any questions, and open the floor for the discussion.
So Prabhu, yesterday we are in the our program, and one question was arised that by the Prabhu, Adishyam Prabhu. He asked oh, what is your wish to be taken the new birth in the new life? So everybody saying something, and then people conclude that the taking as a birth as a human. So I was thinking after that, like when I left the home, and then I was thinking like it is good or bad to take another birth as a human, because it's an endless cycle of 8.4 million lives. So like if you are taking another time the human birth, it means like your deeds are not that well, so that's why you have to just come again into the cycle and need to take the another birth. So as I know little bit about this, like once it's a human life, your deeds or your karma is a good, so like then after once you die, you get the moksha. So like then after you are just out of that 8.4 million life cycle. But like as they are thinking to taking the birth as a human, so it's a good or bad.
I'll answer your question with a beautiful story of Hanuman and Lord Rama. So, Lord Ramachandra was concluding his Leela and he asked Hanuman, let's go. Hanumanji said no. He didn't come. He said, wherever is your katha is going on, wherever is your pastimes, people are singing your pastimes, I will be there. So Hanumanji is still here. Wherever is the glories of the Lord, Hanumanji is still here. So to answer your question, the purpose is not to leave this material world. Our request or our desire to the Lord is, please engage me always in your devotional service. Whatever birth, whatever situation, wherever you keep us, doesn't matter. But please always engage me in your devotional service. That should be the attitude.
Well, still the human form of life is still very valuable. It's still very valuable. Of course, we want to go back to the Lord eventually, right? Because a spiritual body, we don't want a spiritual body because, you know, we want to enjoy or that we want moksha, to be free from trouble. We want a spiritual body because that's the best body to serve Krishna. That's why the Sat Chitananda, eternity is the best platform to do devotional service. But it's a tall order, so most of us will fall short. So for devotee, actually, human birth would be a blessing. Curse would be birth as a demigod.
Okay.
Because as a demigod, enjoyment is too high, and time goes very fast. So it means the age of Lord Chaitanya will go like this. So, but yeah, if we have come in touch with devotional service, the scriptures, they say time and time again, will be blessed by a human birth or higher. So if a devotee has still enjoyment mood, right, just like you have your kids, right? He wants to do something stupid, but he's been a good kid. He's done all his homework, he done everything properly. Okay, and then he wants to watch TV. Watching TV is useless, but you know, okay, you've done your duty. So what devotees, even though the goal of devotional service is not to get good karma, but actually devotional service is the thing that will give you the greatest amount of good karma. Fortunately, japa destroys good karma. But, you know, so we cannot imagine just serving tulasi, because if you hear in the scriptures, we do these things because we want to please the Lord. But also they'll say, you know, Ekadasi, so many material benefits are there. Anything related to Krishna will give so much benefit. So if devotee still has desire to enjoy, then he will be given the best place to enjoy, which is heavenly planet. Enjoyment is in the heavenly planet, it's not here. So-called enjoyment. Yeah, so that actually human birth is the best because it's middle ground. We're not animals, we're not demigods. We're not really suffering, we're not really enjoying, we're just like in the middle.
We do have choices.
Yeah, but the middle point is the best point to understand the whole yo-yo, the whole samsara. Yeah, that's why earth is so important, because it's the middle ground. That's why the Lord takes birth on the earth. So yes, human birth in this planet where the Lord takes pastime is very, very valuable, more than the heavenly planet. So whether we have next one birth, but we should just be very careful with the one we have now. and use it as best as possible. And if we at least reach the Madhyamadikari stage, then we'll just continue our service. Otherwise, we'll go up there, we'll come back, and eventually continue our service. But you know, you could. It's like you're a billionaire and you have 50 girlfriends after you, and everything is easy. You could remember the Lord, but there's a big chance you'll forget. So that's the point of the only time. So human is better.
So the moksha is not our ultimate goal.
No.
So then, why the Rama, after the Rama and Dasarath Raja went out, so then after the Lord, Rama, Lakshmana and the Sita went to the Gayaji Haridwar and they do this the Pindan and everything took for moksha. So if it is not the ultimate goal, then the why the Ram went there and Lakshmana and Sita Mata, and why they did this Pind Puja and everything to just moksha for the soul of the Dasarath.
So,
We would know more the culture.
no. So,
Vrindavan,
So-
could you explain what moksha is?
Yes,
Well,
many
liberation.
people.
Moksha. Moksha is a translation of moksha is liberation. So the question is very, very, from a cultural standpoint, there is some rituals after somebody passes away. Pindadan is one of the samskara. There is a 16 samskara which is there, and Pindadan is one of the last ones and very important, which describes about liberation. So Lord Rama was a Maryada Purushottam. He is setting the standards for all of us that how we should lead our life. So there is certain principles, some regulative principles we should follow to lead our life. So he is setting the standards we should follow. So again, the purpose is not just Karam Kanda. Karam Kanda means doing certain activities, some certain duties to get the liberation. That is not the purpose again. The purpose is to be in that relationship, develop that love and relationship with the Lord. Because when we go into the spiritual world, there is also certain positions we get. But again, our mood of Prabhupada, to develop that relationship is to, as a servant of the Lord. I'm here to serve you. I hope I answered that a bit right.
Because actually, it's called the four material goal of life. Yeah, what they call four material goals. Like Prabhupada was mentioning.
Dharma, earth,
Purushartha, right? These are four materialistic goals. So, but you're a devotee, you're trying to make money, right? You're trying. So the point is that these are to be, for point of view of a devotee, is these four should be engaged in the service of the Lord. So we do dharma because dharma gives good result, right? And if you do adharma, then there is no result. That means there is no result for Krishna. So by doing your duty nicely, there'll be a result. That result is for Krishna, right? So similarly, we all require some level of sensual engagement. The senses needs to be engaged. So we engage, so even Kama is engaged service of the Lord. We see the beautiful form of the Lord. We relish prasadam. We get affection from devotees. Similarly, Artha, but well, that's easy to understand. You can use your wealth or your facilities to serve the Lord. But moksha also. Because when you become free from these three, the more you become free, the easier it is. Why is it easier to be a brahmachari than a giryasta, right?
Yeah.
Less problem, right? So when you become liberated in your mind, maybe body is very engaged, but if your mind is liberated, mind is free to worship the Lord. So moksha is not the ultimate goal, but it's very, very useful.
Yeah.
But we're not pursuing it separately.
Okay.
It's like if you order the French fries, the ketchup will come with it. You don't have to order the ketchup. So if you practice devotional service, moksha will come along with it,
Yes.
included.
Anyone else has a question from the back, the newcomers? If you have any comments, any questions you have, anything you like. Anyone?
I have a question. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
very beautiful lecture and explanation. I wanted to raise a point about what you said, that this lok, this material world, is a kuntha lok. It's dukkhalayam. That's how the Lord has labeled this world as. So in this dukkhalayam, we are hankering for real happiness, but we need to understand that this is the wrong place to search for real happiness. And if we incorporate this normal funda in our life, so many of our problems will be solved. So that doesn't mean that real happiness does not exist. It does exist, but we are just looking for it in the wrong place. So yeah, thank you.
Just one small point regarding we were talking about the pinda and all the. Just a short point, because when we were talking about all the rituals you do when somebody leaves the body, right? One time I was reading the Garuda Purana. Magari was endless. And then to the south, you have to offer 2 coconut sweets and do this and do that, and then to the north, and then sweet, and then sweet left, sweet right, and this and that, and this mantra and that mantra, and it goes on for pages after pages after page, and it was so boring to read. I had to focus to just finish it. And then towards the end, there's only one sloka. I said, but if he's a Vaishnava, a little Ganga water and a Tulsi patra was, Tulsi leaf will suffice. So then you understand that, all of this, a lot of more somebody is materially entangled, the more the rituals will be complicated. Because because you need to keep them engaged, otherwise they will engage in nonsense. But for a devotee, because he knows the essence, the ritual is actually minimal, but the meaning is very, very high.
Thank you.
Is question answered or?
Je veux juste comment.
I just want to add to this point that as Prabhupada says, mirage.
Okay.
This says animal is always looking for water in the desert, but he was never able to find it because it's a reflection of the sun.
Yeah.
It is always running and running and running, and at a certain point he got tired and just thirsty, and he passes away his life. So similar way, Prabhupada says the human form of life is like we are running for a happiness which doesn't even exist. We keep on running and running and running, but at the end, we are saturated, we are frustrated from our life, and we leave this body, not fulfilling the real purpose. So, we need to understand the intelligence is where to find the water. Similar way, if we know where the real happiness is and we start seeking it, and with the right method, with the right philosophy, then we can definitely able to find happiness. As Prabhu is saying that human birth is utmost. The demigods also request to take a birth as a humans, because this is the easiest way to worship and do the devotional service to the Lord.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll move to the next question. Kirtan.
Yes,
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's coming. He's coming. We can put it back.
Hare Krishna. Namo Krishna Paraya Krishna Prasad Bhutale Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Vishesha Shunyavani Parashatya Veshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki Jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki Jai, Jai Gaura-premika.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Pratipavana Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Krishnapad Brahman Samiti Rupa Vishta Shishima Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Radha Kunda Shyam Kunda Shri Giri Govardhan ki Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Shri Mayapur Dham ki Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki Ganga Yamuna Maya ki Tustevi Bhakti Devi ki Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Shri ISKCON Guru Bhakta Vrinda ki all glories to the Son of the Lord. All glories to the Son of the Lord. All glories to the Son of the Lord. All glories to Shri Guru Gaura. Hare Krishna everyone, thank you for actively participating in Kirtan. We will continue it on the streets of Ottawa after Prasadam, so if you would like to join us, we're going on Harinam for 1 hour, from 6 to 7 approximately, so please join us. A couple of announcements about the programs that are coming soon. So next Saturday we have a special program in U Ottawa for students and for newcomers about Bhagavad Gita in general, introduction to Bhagavad Gita. The class will be given by Mataji Lakshmi. Anyone who would like to participate, you are welcome. It will be at 4:30 p.m. next Saturday. We will share the poster and the details in the WhatsApp group, and you can reach also to Alex and Jaya Prabhu. If not, just we will share the details in the group. So everyone is welcome. You can invite your friends, whoever might be interested in the philosophy or in general, talking to devotees who will have short kirtan prasadam there as well. And then at the end of this month, devotees are going for monthly Sankirtan festival. So it will be April 29th. I'm trying to find the details. Oh yes, it's 1 to 3 p.m. on Saturday, April 29th. We will be sharing books, holy name and prasadam on the streets. Most likely we will be at the park. The details will follow soon in the WhatsApp group as well. So everyone is welcome. Also we have our Friday Kirtan every Friday, either here or we started going to Strathcona Park because last Friday was pretty warm. So we'll see if this coming Friday will be rainy or colder, chilly, then we will have Kirtan here in the temple, 6:30 p.m. If it's warm like today, then just find us in Strathcona Park. It's 8 minutes walking distance from the temple on the riverside, very nice. What else? We have a Bhakti Rickshaw program, which is spiritual growth group here at the temple every Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. Everyone would like to know more, to have friends, new relationships, discuss philosophy a little bit, chant together. We're chanting one round of japa together on beats, and devotees were telling me that it was really powerful to chant together the holy name. So everyone is welcome every Saturday here from 1 to 3 p.m. And also, as we mentioned, Vrindavan Prabhu is having Bhakti Rickshaw spiritual growth group at his home every month, right? Yes. So if you would like to participate, please reach out to Vrindavan Prabhu. We will have more festivals coming soon, but that's it for now. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
I came back to Canada.